right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem. It's whoever's been breaking into the armory.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
They sent us in to pick up the pieces. We've already searched the bodies and delivered the enemy munitions to the quartermaster.
Alright, welcome back. I'm Helion. This is Deus Ex. Well, last time we cleared out the Statue of Liberty, which is fading out of existence. Alright.
We've got the island secured. How did things look in the statue? The leader surrendered. So they were after Ambrosia. A month's supply for the East Coast. We think they've taken it back to the city. I didn't know UNATCO handled the Ambrosia distribution. Manderley will brief us shortly. UNATCO makes sure the limited supply of vaccine gets to government agencies and key industries. It's good to finally see some action. Yeah, well, pace yourself. You killed a lot of people tonight. I'll handle things out here. You better get to Manderley's office on level 2 and report for duty.
Killed a lot of people. Alright. So we have some more story here, some more world building, which Deus Ex is famous for. Defying Congress for the third time this year, President Meade unilaterally paid the United States late dues to the United Nations. Like good tenants, we must pay our rent on time, he told reporters. Leaders of both parties criticized the move. Where does he get the cash? Asked Senator Ryden, Democrat, Illinois. Clearly from some budget items yet to be approved by Congress. The Republicans were no kinder. This council member has been betrayed, and so has America, said Senator Osno Liverpool, Republican, California. The Congress came together to approve a UNATCO presence on U.S. soil, but we did not write a blank check. No, sir. A superpower does not pay rent. Haha. We can, it's too heavy. Can't lift this. Can lift this flower. Alright. This is a nice, looking, like, office. You can see a reflection there. It's a reception.
Way to go, sir. I thought Gunther was a goner.
Yeah. Ammunition is disappearing again. We're changing the door
It's my
code.
first day, too. I'm pretty excited.
Oh. That's your first day. The door code is 0451. Alex.
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
Jeez. Oh, he was a classmate.
Way to go, sir.
This is still open though. But so there's always multiple ways to sort of figure out how to get into new areas, like that comm van.
Get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office.
Okay. So
Manderley's office is on level
Lloyd.
2. He's expecting you.
Okay, he has a lot of lines for us.
I've got to watch the doors.
But he was a classmate. That's good to know. I don't know.
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Okay, we're gonna go level 2 and meet our boss. UNATCO HQ, United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition. Oh. Gotta get some of this water. I like how Juicy Denton lifts the water to his mouth with his bare hand. I think it's really cool.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
So there's a retinal scanner. I see. We can't leave.
I heard there was a lot of fighting topside.
Oh, Scott. Hey, Scott. We're in. This is infinite strength. Let's take a LAM module out, just in case.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2. His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password.
I mean, you just told me that. I don't know why you need to tell me that again.
We finally got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
Oh yeah, I love capping rebels. That's Always a fun thing to
Hell of
do.
a first day.
So this door has some items behind it, but it's locked. So we can see it's an accuracy module, something for the face, and some other thing. I wonder if let me change my controls. Settings. Controls. Toggle crouch. I think that makes a lot more sense because it's in an awkward position and pressing the X key. Anyways, let's swap. Will they see me unlocking? No. We'll just undo that. Alright, so we found a weapon modification, which is kind of cool. I like it. Because UNATCO often deal with situations that cannot easily be contained, agents unfortunately need to interact with the press. If you're not trained with such interaction, do not, I repeat, do not speak with journalists regardless of nationality. They are skilled in misdirection and propaganda. Refuse comment. Remember, security procedures are our first line of defense. Secrets are lives. Always refer to reporters at crime scenes to the UNATCO information officers and fact management teams. There's a vase we could pick up. And we can put it back down. It won't let me drop it onto a shelf, but I can kind of shoot it out. Let's put it back. Oh, that's almost good. There, that's great. Alright, let's read this newspaper. The Midnight Sun. U.S. Prez sells out. So this is obviously a rag. There's a lot of papers called The Sun in North America, and they're rags, typically a little right wing. Anyways, New York. President Philip Riley Meade's executive order repaying the United States debt to the United Nations is viewed by many as a positive step towards global peace, but others sense darker motives at work. Some sources have privately commented that the order is nothing more than a tacit endorsement of a new world government and its private military, the United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition, UNATCO. You can forget Meade's impassioned declaration that the shattered Statue of Liberty would not be repaired, but instead stand as a reminder that terrorism must be eradicated if we are to be free. It was shortly thereafter that the Liberty Island was selected as the location for UNATCO headquarters. Their dubious charter highlighted by the mysterious and still largely unexplained circumstance behind the statue's bombing. No doubt, President Meade's words will be remembered, even as he sells out his country to the foreign powers that have sought to destroy it for nearly 3 centuries. Joe Green, senior staff writer. A lot of people critical of UNATCO coming into the United States. A lot of people critical of the president.
Didn't know the NSF had so many people in New York.
This is locked too. You can see there's something there. I don't know what it is though. Let's go ahead and look at our thing, because I think we have two modifications here. So we can drag this onto one of our weapons. It says when clamped onto the frame of most projectile weapons, a harmonic balancer will dampen the vertical motion produced by firing a projectile, so it reduces your recoil. UNATCO Ops File Note Psi 08 Blue. Almost any weapon that has a significant amount of vibration can be modified with a balancer. I've even seen it work with the mini crossbow and prototype plasma gun. Sam Carter. And nope. Alright, so we drag it over. Let's go ahead and increase the accuracy of our sniper rifle. Yeah. Be fun. I think that's neat. That'd be a neat thing to do. So now we're on level 2. You can see it. We just means the second sub basement.
You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? I guess not. Let's see. JCD password Bionic Man.
It's very cute because we're augmented to give us a password related to our augmented status, Bionic Man. That's very cute. So we're just gonna enter in our password. Oh, did I not remember that correctly? Oh, JCD. Sorry. I said JC Dent. Alright, so now we have some more fluff. I think that I'm gonna scroll through it. I think you can pause. I'm gonna read through it a little silently, maybe fast forward a little bit. But I don't see any point to reading everything here. There's a lot of text. So nano augmentation stressors. Right. They're talking about stress created by resentment among fellow agents, particularly those who have been mechanically augmented. So there's a difference between nano augmentation and cyborgs mechanical augmentation. And this is explored a little bit in the other games, which are prequels to this one, sort of. In an effort to secure freedom and liberty to those under their protection, many UNACO agents have chosen to sacrifice social acceptance for mission performance by surgically replacing limbs and organs with mechanically or electronically enhanced equivalents. But the nano augmentations point to the way of the future. Thousands of nano things in your body. Because they create minimal disfigurement, they are likely to be a source of friction between you and mechanically augmented agents. But it's important that individuals must act in concert as a whole. So even though, people are jealous, they should work together. If you have any questions, please contact Carver Eschels to make an appointment. And welcome to the UNACO agent. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna adjust my mic. Right. Let's see. Can you hear me? Yeah, it looks like you can hear me. All right. Nano augmentation in you. I was asked by the regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so without further comment. By now, you've heard about the upcoming transition to nano augmentation. It's coming, but not as soon as you think. UNACO has only one nano augmented agent, with a second just now graduated from the academy. That's us. It'll be years before this program leaves the laboratory. Mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents expressed concern that they'll be walking drunk within 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "We will be sold at flea markets, old gray golems, for scaring the children." What about my legs? What about my life? Keep some perspective. Prosthetics remain the only proven technology for enhancing human abilities. Those who make the sacrifice are appreciated, commended, and saluted as heroes. That's some contrast with some of this stressor email talking about how it's the way of the future, nano augmentation. This is talking about how nano augmentation isn't ready yet. You're still valuable to UNACO. Greetings and nanotech briefings. Hi, JC. Right. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. Every neuron. Alright, let's just talking about everything. Okay. Just talking about how you get your messages, how it's a nano augmentation. Nano machines are sending you messages.
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Alright. So we're gonna go meet Nana Navarra. UNATCO Handbook. UNATCO in the world. For so long, the terrorists have exploited international tensions and regional legislative variations to elude authorities. A significant step was made towards eliminating these loopholes when the U.S. President Philip Riley Meade lobbied to Congress to make the U.S. a UNATCO member nation. Enough is enough, he declared his landmark State of the Union address, and citizens of the United States responded with enthusiastic endorsement of his position. Not only did the United States become a charter member of UNATCO, but UNATCO headquarters was now located in Liberty Island in the shadow of the shattered monument to freedom. UNATCO deals not only with terrorist threats, but also transgressions of the international legal code, including drug trafficking, software piracy, and money laundering. With the full support of the United States, UNATCO was the first time able to truly declare itself world's policeman. Hey, looking at me.
JC. Mind if I call you JC?
This is something to do with the Statue of Liberty's layout. This is locked too. And you can see here it's just a bunch of ammunition. I'm not exactly interested, so I will not spend my lockpick on that. I think that's Navarra and Gunther.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
That's funny. Midnight Sun again. Mead from Mars. Cape Canaveral. NASA scientists confirmed that the eroded remains of Alba Pertana crater on Mars precisely match the face of President Meade. It's him. Enemies of aliens, told Midnight Sun. This is the evidence that we've been looking for, a warning that Mr. Meade is not human. He probably is a Martian general, a war hero come to here to conquer Earth with the assistance of the United Nations. This is great. I'm really happy that here at the UN they're reading The Sun for the time of how the president is from Mars.
My new partner, J.C. Denton. Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
My vision is augmented.
At least it is a vase that we know when it's not foul.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
He will not be the equivalent of his brother. I have seen that he knows the procedure of a good offensive.
Oh.
Let us hope you are right.
I won't let you down, Agent.
That's nice that Agent Herman sticks up for us a little bit. Because we know how to kill people, I guess. It's funny, oh, what is this? Someone smashed I think someone smashed a vase. That's funny. That's cute, this little interaction. That's cute. I really like how they nail a lot of these early interactions with these characters and how your choices kind of matter to what the comments they'll make. Okay, here's a bunch of things. You know, fluff, world building, all that kind of stuff. I guess you get to know a little bit more about UNATCO's opinions of some of the groups you may encounter during the course of your game. So you have terrorism, a crime, or conscience. There's some stuff. Let's see. Yeah. So this is written. This is just like propaganda written by the director. Anyways, NSF silhouette. Triads. Other threats. Templars. X51. Right. I think I should read this because there's some. I'll read it. United Nations Secessionist Forces, NSF. The National, Secessionist Forces remain a very real and increasingly widespread terrorist threat. 10 years ago, in response to the Sporting Weapons Act of 2042, splinter groups from nearly every state militia refused to surrender their rifles, grenades, landmines, and other collectibles prohibited by the act. So, it sounds like the U.S. passed gun regulations in 2042, and this is a group of people who don't want to give up their weapons. Unified by the charismatic leadership of Leon Woods, the isolated fanatics eventually formed the NSF, with Woods assuming the rank of general. Their intended goal, the liberation of Washington, Montana, Oregon. I don't know. Is that how you say it? Oregon? And Northern California. While Woods died during his infamous last stand in 2045, his war machine continues in what can only be termed as the occupation of the United States, aided by the encryption network designed by dissident computer scientists from San Francisco and Seattle. Currently, UNATCO Cryptography Division has had minimal success in cracking their communications, requiring more direct intelligence gathering techniques to be utilized. The UN has declared war on the NSF. So that's interesting. They're Americans who are trying to essentially split out the US. Know Your Enemy Silhouette, famous for his 20th century style commercials into the net broadcast of the World Cup 2050. Silhouette favors feats of spectacle over violence. Printed circuits, part of this nutritious breakfast. The announcer told children in one of the World Cup commercials, "You ain't a mech till you eat a mech. A mech boy chews a memory chip. Boys who eat organics get stomped by their post-human classmates. Mech boys in UNATCO helmets and metal boots take turns kicking another boy." Despite their numerous pranks, these intellectuals, artists, and labor organizers pose a serious threat. They are well armed and have been linked to murders of numerous European politicians and journalists. They will not hesitate to use lethal force. Notably, UNATCO is not at war with them. We're at peace with them, which is very good. I like peace. UNATCO surveillance of Hong Kong is currently at a high priority given the renewed threat of Chinese organized crime in the form of the triads. Despite being a model of prosperity and technological leadership for decades, Hong Kong persists as a haven for organized crime. The triads, namely the Luminous Path and the Red Arrow, vie for control of the 10 trillion credit shipping business, much of which supplies Greater Asia with pirated technology, illegal drugs, and weapons. Most disturbing at all, the triads preach an ethic of techno-piracy that has found enthusiastic support amongst small shopkeepers, businessmen who often aid the gangsters and buy their bootlegged software. Gullible and greedy, this army of middlemen remain insensitive to how their violations of intellectual property and copyright laws damage the global information economy. Very interesting stuff here. Let's just make sure that we go through all this. If you want to, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. The game's interesting, right? It's it's not a small amount of world building. I think this is President Meade right here. So this is the person that they're writing about in all the news in the Sun. Great. We said hi to Navarro. Oh. You should put away your gun. I think this is Manderley's office. It's confusedly right beside the break room.
Good work out there, Mr. Denton. Mr. Manderley said you handled yourself nicely. Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
Alex already told me. Thanks.
Oh, so we get her name after. It's Janice Reed. Here's our key. This closet key. Cool.
What's the idea, JC?
Mr. Manderley. Just FYI, your new password is Night Killer. I know you led that mission in Paris against the old terrorist organization or whatever it was. Your login is still J. Manderley. Oh, I guess we get to know. Guess she just leaves out Manderley's password like that. That's not very cyber secure. We'll save here.
Reporting for duty, sir.
The man himself. Splendid. Do accept my apologies about the situation topside?
A refreshing change from the academy, sir.
Don't despise training, my boy. Even you would be worthless without the shaping touch of drills and studies.
So the NSF took a shipment of the Ambrosia vaccine? Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
I'm sure you could. Yes, indeed. But we're having your brother head up the recovery team. You'll work with Agent Anna Navarra. Why don't we meet when you've seen Jaime for a medical checkup and received
Oh,
your
his name is
appointment from
Jaime.
Sam Carter. You'll be briefed at that time.
Yes, sir.
I've been calling him Jamie, but I think his name is Jaime. Jeez. That's rough. Oh, he has his own personal washroom. And it is...
The med center and armory are on level 3.
Okay, okie dokie. So let's go ahead and log into his computer terminal.
I've got work to do.
Yes. We all have work to do. I just want to see what's on your computer. J. Manderley, Night Killer.
Come back when you've seen Carter and Reyes.
J. Manderley, Night Killer. Am I...
I've got work to do.
There we go. Gunther Herman. Skull Gun. Might I suggest again? Sorry, might I suggest again a skill gun for my head? Yesterday in Batterley Park, some scum we all know pushes smack for NSF, gets jumpy and draws. I take my 2 22s. I in flesh, eye in Augs, before I can get out the damn assault gun. Oh, so... Oh, 1 in flesh, 1 in Augs, before I could get out the damn assault gun. If I could just kill by thought, it'd be better. Is it my job to be a human target practice backstop? Gunther Herman. So he is not very good at spelling words. Well, it could be his actually. It could be his orientations, because he was talking a little bit about how he hit the wrong button too. So maybe his fingers are clumsy compared to an average person his age. From WS, our little experiment to Agent Navarro and G. Manderley. Should be arriving soon. Clear it for domination 5F ops as soon as possible, but proceed with caution. We have serious concerns about the primary unit and would like to avoid potential contamination. Alright, I think
I've got work to do.
Alright, okay. I think that's us. Alright.
Grow up, JC.
I'm looking at things. Jeez.
That's enough, Agent.
It's fine. So I'm just gonna touch all these books so you can read them. We didn't touch these ones. You are a peacekeeper. Your first objective is to safeguard human life, though terrorists may see this advantage in harming civilians. UNECO agents do not issue a warning before firing at suspects and always instruct bystanders to get down on the ground. Refrain from firing into large crowds. Every civilian hurt is collateral damage. However, keep in mind that no civilian with clearance below Agent OA should be trusted and may be a potential spy. Anyone can be a spy. Secrecy is our ally. Remember, we're all in this together. Okay, so... so it's talking about the... You'll be rewarded for your faith. As your operational capacities are increased, brave the darkness, you carry the torch of freedom. Heed orders. Okay, great. This is, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff going on. This is locked, but let's see if this is the closet. We got the key for the closet on the desk. And we can see it, inside the closet there's a locked thing. I don't know if I want to unlock it. Let's just see what's behind it. That was awfully slow. It's a multi-tool and a bioelectric cell. That's not that great. Kind of a waste, I think. Let's see if we can unlock it. Alright, so we should actually drop this because our baton does the same thing. It's a little smaller. We got some pepper spray. Okay. So there's always stuff lying around. It's great. I love rummaging through our boss's stuff. Steal things. It's a Roomba. You can step on it. Oh! I almost died there, I think. We're in level 3.
That was a close one up there.
You can go into the washroom. You see Denton is a boy, so we will go into the boys' washroom. Oh, there's some cigarettes here, which I will I'll smoke. Cigarettes. They're so tasty. They're such tasty cigarettes. So we can see that there's a medical office here. And we can talk to this robot. I don't want to talk to the robot though. I gotta talk to the doctor because I trust doctor. about the robots.
Hey, JC.
You look like the real thing. They actually let you operate on people?
Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
I'm impressed.
They actually let you point a gun at people.
We'll have to catch up later. I've got to leave for New York right away. Could you send Manderley whatever it is he wants?
No problem. Listen, JC, about your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right?
As long as I don't turn green and grow a pair of antennas, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, the design's pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters.
I think I picked one of those up at the top of the statue.
Maybe you did. My order from VersaLife was on the ship the NSF captured. You'll need to take it to one of the medbas for installation.
I'll do that.
The canisters contain a colloid of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems.
It's about time they implemented some of this stuff.
So Jaime Reyes is an old friend, apparently. There's a computer here we could probably get into. There's also a key behind this plant. Apparently. Let's go. I think this update is just going to be reading shit.
Years of training and you're still all thumbs.
UNATCO handbook. In recent years, the swelling tide of international terrorism, coupled with the anonymity between states, wildly varying laws, and anarchistic devotion to arbitrary borders, has resulted in decreasing effectiveness of local law enforcement. To resolve this problem, a natural agency was required to enforce international law in an impartial manner across the world. UNATCO was formed with just such a mission in mind, an organization that could transcend the national boundaries and provide security for all nations that subscribe to its charter, founded with the principles the United Nations has the cornerstone. UNATCO is fair, just, and protects the individual liberties of citizens across the world. I'm sort of inserting my own words here. I do that sometimes. Sorry about that. It's individual liberties of all citizens of the world. The criminal thrives on anonymity, but soon there will be no place for them to hide. Victory over terrorism is a prize for our vigilance. It's very good. I love bolded words for emphasis. Oh, it's a dead NSF. Oh, we got a throwing knife. Sweet. I think throwing knives are cool. So you can throw them and then pick them up. How many do I have? I have 4. Sweet. So you can throw them, pick them up. They do disappear after a quick amount of time, but they're neat. UNATCO handbook. Dedication. Nihil alid sit necessaris quam vitia. I don't know. I don't know Latin, so sorry. And I think we used the key we found behind the potted plant. I love just rummaging through. Rummaging through our employers' everything. Let's see what's in this data cube. Any spots, specs, and overview. Matsu Gravis, GV4 Nightingale, medical bot. They're medical bots. They benefit from medical things developed by MG, whatever. You touch them and they heal you. It's great. Click on health, and you can see we only have 3 torso HPs left. We're gonna heal all. Great. You can see here that we have nano augmentation. So we could either increase our muscle strength or our combat strength, which is melee weapons effectiveness. So yeah, we have to choose between increasing our melee weapon effectiveness or increasing our strength for lifting things. And melee weapons, you know, they're not great. I would rather shoot people. It's a lot easier to shoot people. So let's go ahead and get them microfibril muscles. And we can see here we have microfibril muscles now. Oh. And I believe this means that, so we press F6, we turn it on, and we go, we get a little stronger, and we can lift things up. And we use some bioelectrical energy. Alright, so this is just telling us all the available augmentations in the game, or in the stories, the ones that are available recently. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. If you're interested, you can read it there. So level 4, you have to walk through the medical office, and it's a restricted area. It's secure. So I guess we don't have access to this restricted area. That's interesting. So we know Hamey from the... Oh.
You're getting warm.
We know Hamey from the academy, I guess. From our training.
You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
Oh. Change Gurman password to Zeitgeist. Next week, I guess it'll be Shredded Ground. Strange guy. So, I like how we just leave passwords for people everywhere. This is Alex. This is the person that talks to us during our missions. They're a computer guy.
Like leading a mouse to cheese.
This thing is starting to give me a headache.
Don't worry, we shut it down when you go off duty.
I guess I'll get used to it.
I'm Alex Jacobson, communications engineer.
I suppose you already know who I am.
Getting there. You're certainly quicker on the uptake than your brother Paul ever was.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'll be watching your back.
Oh, Alex doesn't have a lot to say.
You feel okay, JC? You're acting strange.
Alright, so that's the door code for the van that we know. This is the third time we've got that information. And we don't know this one. We do have 5 multi-tools, but I'm not going to waste them here. Assuming we'll probably get it. Let's touch the book. Project the book. Overview. Domination. 5F clearance only. Who cares? There's a stealth aircraft. That's what you learn from that. What is down here? Gunther Herman, Agent Navarra, Sam Carter.
At ease, Agent Denton.
General Carter, I read about the Merced operation in school. This is a great honor.
I'm not a general anymore. Just call me Carter.
I can't believe what the NSF did to your family.
Enough of that, soldier. We each have our troubles. I lost my children, but you've had to grow up without your parents, which requires more courage. I don't think it matters.
My parents died in a car accident. That's different.
I said that's enough. You have your own op and time is short. How about I issue you a stealth pistol?
That sounds fine. Thank you, sir.
What else do you think you'll need?
Alright, so we can, yeah, tech tool. Smart lockpick. So this is a multi-tool, I think. Yeah, tech tool. I think we want nanotech tech tool.
Can you spare a nanotech tech tool?
A man who uses his head.
Huh.
I like that. Now move out. Manderley's waiting.
I think he...
What about that guy out front selling munitions? Is that allowed?
Oh, Captain, right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem. It's whoever's been breaking into the armory.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
Yes, sir. And a damn good one.
Alright, so someone's breaking into the armory. What that lets us know is that you can break into the armory. Alright. Let's just see. Wow, this has been a 40-minute video. Let's go ahead and go in here and talk to these agents one last time. Cigarettes. Oh, we do want darts.
I have to prepare for the mission. See Manderley on level 2 and let's move out.
Alright. So she doesn't have anything to say. It's more cigarettes and newspaper. Mass grave in Brooklyn. APR, New York. Responding to the outbreak of Grey Death. Quickly overwhelmed all city services. National Guard forces were placed under command of local law enforcement today and mobilized to help with the disposal of recently deceased in Brooklyn. However, the National Guard soon proved inadequate in containing the chaos, and in many cases, the dead were simply left lying in the streets while dying. Mostly homeless, wandered the city until collapsing. Traffic jams and looting remained widespread as fears of the disease continued to escalate. Frequent riots have made any attempt at an organized cleanup impossible, with the threat of secondary diseases looming. City officials have consulted with the CDA in Atlanta and ordered a mass grave to be dug in Gateway National Park. That's great. There's a random guy here.
Way to go, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man. There's an NSF person. Lock up.
Gunther should have followed orders.
Yeah. Should all follow orders. I don't know why the jail's behind.
I am not going to hold your hand. You have your orders.
I don't know why the jail sort of lockup is behind. Gunther and Navarra is behind their office.
I have to prepare
I
for
think
the mission.
Navarra is the only one with a desk here, but we have a Gunther password.
I can't wait to get to New York and finish.
Let's go ahead and
I have to prepare for the mission.
Yes, you have to prepare for the mission.
Stop clowning around, Agent.
Let's try the password and we'll call it a day. G her man. Zeitgeist. Great, we got it. I was able to remember 2 words. Alright, so this is the follow-up on the Skullgun email. That's funny. I personally forwarded your request to appropriations. Upgrading our combat readiness is an ongoing priority. Speaking of which, you certainly made the best of a difficult situation yesterday. We applaud your courage. Thank you for living to work another day, Gunther. We need more agents like you. So, Joseph Vanderlee is very, you know, what do you call it? Very, even-handed, political, I would say, in responding to this, email. So Hamey Ray's an augmentation in you. I was asked by, right. The regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so without further comment. Alright, so this is just an email about the nano augmentation you. So this is Joseph Vanderlee, subject or new recruit, Gunther Herman, and Agent Navarra. JC Tete will be joining us today after a stint at the Academy, and I'm assigning both of you the task of keeping a watchful eye on him while monitoring his progress. His assignment cover name for a duration of service will be JC Denton. We thought it would be best to keep cover names within the family since Paul Azore received the Denton codename. I have great faith in both of you, and I trust you'll do your utmost to ensure he becomes a successful and productive member of the organization. Until further notice, I'd like to receive weekly reports on your observations. Joseph Manderley. So we're being carefully monitored by all the agents and the leadership here because they want us to be successful. We represent an investment in new technology for them, and they would be happy if we are successful. Anyways, so this is...
We'll finish the job when we get to Manhattan.
These are the people we'll be working with for the rest of the game, right? They're our friends. They're UNATCO. There's a little ominous, little. They focus on talking about
good work up there,
vigilance, safety, and all that. Which can be a little spooky. Heed orders rewarded. UNATCO, all those sort of scare words. But you know, people, they're nice to us so far. They've been nice to us. I think next time there'll be a little more action, hopefully. And I hope you join me for that.
I couldn't hear a thing from down here.
Okay. This has been Helium. And next time we're gonna be joining Agent Navarra on our mission, I think. So see you then. Let's get a nice view of the exit. I love that. There's some great graphics going on here. Catch you later.